The F-18 Hornet had originally won the Korea Fighter Program, KFP, competition, but disputes over costs and accusations of bribery led the Korean government to withdraw the award and select the F-16 instead. Designated the KF-16, the first 12 aircraft were delivered to Republic of Korea Air Force, RKAF, in December 1994. Almost 2,500 parts are changed from the original F-16C/D. Originally, the KF-16 was equipped with the Pratt & Whitney F100PW229 improved performance engine, ASPJ internal ECM, and /APG-68 V7 radar, lantern targeting and navigation pod, AMRAAM, HARM, and SLAM anti-ship missile capabilities, and advanced IFF. JDAM's capability was added by RKAF later on. RKAF developed the software, successfully carried out 3 tests, and finished pilot training at the end of January 2011. The South Korean JDAMs are equipped with wing kits, which are absent from normal JDAMs, but not from the 2,000 pound JDAM extended range kit, which is being developed by Boeing and South Korea. The South Korean F-16S can also employ LIG NEX-1 SALQ-200K radar jammer and other locally developed tactical ELINT and EO/IR targeting pods. In late 2011, Korea kicked off the contest for KF-16's midlife upgrade, which will incorporate, among others, a new AESA radar. The radar candidates are Northrop Grumman's Scalable Agile Beam Radar, SAB, and Raytheon's RANG, which won the contract. The variant to which the planes will be improved is reported to be Lockheed Martin's newly developed F-16V. The KF-16 will also be integrated with stealth cruise missiles. The proposed budget for the avionics upgrades and weapons integration of 135 KF-16 planes is $1 billion. RKAF had requested a separate upgrade of its 35 F-16 Block 32 in 2009, which would allow the upgraded planes to employ JDAM, AMRAAM, improved data modem, secure voice capabilities, test and support equipment, and other related training and logistics support. The estimated cost of the upgrade was $250 million. BAE won the contract for $1.1 billion. GF-16, edit. Small numbers of each type of F-16 A/B/C are used for non-flying ground instruction of maintenance personnel. QF-16, edit. The USAF plans to convert Block 15 F-16s and Block 25/30 F-16CS into full-scale target drones under the QF-16 Air Superiority Target (AST) program. These AST drones are used in Weapons System Evaluation Programs (ZEP) for assessing upgrades or replacements for air-to-air missiles (AAM), and they are also useful for giving pilots the experience of a live AAM shot and kill prior to entering combat. QF-16S replaced the QF-4 drones, the last of which flew in 2016. The Air Force's Air Armament Center hosted its first Industry Day for interested vendors at Eglin AFB, Florida on 16-19 July 2007. The DoD awarded the nearly $70 million QF-16 Full-Scale Aerial Target (FSAT) contract to Boeing on the 8th of March 2010, with the first delivery scheduled for 2014. On the 22nd of April 2010, the first F-16 to be converted to an aerial target arrived at Boeing's facility at Cecil Field, Jacksonville, Florida. 6 F-16s will be modified during the development phase, as prototypes for engineering tests and evaluation. From 2014, up to 126 F-16 drones will be created. The prototype F-16 undertook its maiden flight in May 2012. In January 2013, the 576th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Squadron refit team was due to begin modification work on the F-16 program. Davis Monthan has 210 F-16s stocked for conversion. From that pool, the Air Force will draw airframes for its 126 planned F-16 drones. F-16C Block 30 BS/N85 to 1569 was the first aircraft delivered in November 2012. On the 19th of September 2013, an empty F-16 jet tested by Boeing and U.S. Air Force. 2 U.S. Air Force pilots controlled the plane from the ground as it flew from Tyndall Air Force Base, Panama City, Florida. Boeing suggested that the innovation could ultimately be used to help train pilots, providing an adversary they could practice firing on. The jet, which had previously sat mothballed at an Arizona site for 15 years, flew at an altitude of 40,000 feet, 12.2 kilometers, and a speed of Mach 1.47, 1,119 miles per hour /1,800 km/h. It carried out a series of maneuvers including a barrel roll and a split S, a move in which the aircraft turns upside down before making a half loop so that it flies the right way up in the opposite direction. This can be used in combat to evade missile lock-ons. The firm added that the flight attained 7g of acceleration but was capable of carrying out maneuvers at 9g, something that might cause physical problems for a pilot. Boeing was awarded the contract on the 10th of October 2013 for low-rate initial production, LRIP, Lot 1 of 13 F-16s. A second award on the 20th of May 2014 covered production Lot 2, comprising a further 23 F-16s. On the 27th of March 2015, Boeing received a $24.46 million, $30.7 million in 2023, contract for 25 Lot 3 F-16s and 25 4-year warranties of the F-16 drone peculiar equipment. The first production Lot 1 FSAT, F-16C, 86-0233, F-007, was delivered on the 11th of March 2015 to Tyndall Air Force Base. It was previously operated by the Michigan Air National Guard's 107th Fighter Squadron, 127th Wing, and then stored at the 309th AMOC before being moved to Cecil Field in April 2013 for F-16 configuring. On the 19th of July 2017, the first F-16 was shot down during a Combat Archer Weapons System Evaluation Program (ZEP) exercise. Derivative Fighters, edit. The performance and flexibility of the F-16 has been an important and visible influence on aircraft development programs of three nations seeking to advance the design and manufacturing skills of their indigenous aerospace industries. These programs have partnered with Lockheed Martin to develop airframes that, while not officially designated F-16s, share design elements and a development path with the F-16. AIDCF-CK1, a /B Chinkyo Indigenous Defense Fighter, IDF, edit. Main article, AIDCF-CK1 Chinkyo. Due to an American refusal to supply Taiwan with either the F-16/79 or F-20, the Republic of China government tasked its Aerospace Industrial Development Corporation, AIDC, with developing an indigenous fighter. Preliminary design studies began in 1980, and the Indigenous Defense Fighter, IDF, program was launched 2 years later. Since Taiwanese industry had not developed a sophisticated fighter before, AIDC sought design and development assistance from General Dynamics and other major American aerospace companies. With such assistance, a design was finalized in 1985. The IDF design is by no means a copy of the F-16, but it was clearly influenced by the F-16, such as the layout of control surfaces, yet it also features design elements from the F-5, like its twin-engine configuration. Several components were supplied by Western companies. In December 1988, the IDF aircraft was designated FCK-1 and named after the late President Jiang Qingqiu. The first of 4 prototypes, 3 single-seat and 1 twin-seat, flew on the 28th of May 1989. A total of 130 Qingqiu fighters, 102 FCK-1A single-seaters and 28 FCK-1B two-seaters, were delivered from 1994 to 2000. Mitsubishi F-2A/B, FSX/TFSX, edit. Main article, Mitsubishi F-2. In 1982, Japan's Technical Research and Development Institute, TRDI, initiated studies of options for an indigenous fighter design to replace the Mitsubishi F-1 strike fighter. This initiative would later be designated FSX, Fighter Support Experimental. The 2-seat trainer version was originally designated TFSX. Determining that an entirely indigenous development effort would be cost prohibitive, the Defense Agency, JDA, sought an off-the-shelf fighter for its FSX requirement, but none proved entirely acceptable. As a result, the JDA sought a co-development program based on a variant of an existing fighter type, and on the 21st of October 1987 announced its selection of a modified version of the F-16C/D based on General Dynamics' Agile Falcon concept. The FSX is larger and heavier than the F-16, has a greater wing area, and is mainly fitted with Japanese-developed avionics and equipment. The program was launched a year later and the first of 4 XF-2A/B prototypes flew on the 7th of October 1995. The Japanese cabinet authorized production on the 15th of December 1995, with the designation F-2A/B being allocated to the single and 2-seat models, respectively. First flight of an F-2A occurred on the 12th of October 1999, and production aircraft deliveries began on the 25th of September 2000. Originally, 141 F-2A/B, 83 F-2A and 58 F-2B were planned, but only 130, 83/47 F-2A/B were approved in 1995. Due to high costs, in December 2004, the total was capped at 98 aircraft, and in early 2007 this was reduced to 94. Kai FA-50 Golden Eagle, KTX-2, edit. Main article, T-50 Golden Eagle. Building on its licensed manufacture of KF-16S, in 1992 Samsung Aerospace began work on designing a tandem-seat, supersonic, combat-capable jet trainer to replace the BAE Hawk 67, Northrop T-38 Talon, a 37 Dragonfly, and eventually F-4 Phantom II and F-5E/F Tiger II operated by the Republic of Korea Air Force, RACAF. Samsung worked closely with Lockheed and the basic KTX-2 design had been laid out by 1995. At this point the aerospace units of Samsung, Daewoo and Hyundai were combined to form Korea Aerospace Industries, KAI, to ensure sufficient industrial critical mass existed to successfully develop the KTX-2. The T-50 resembles an 80% scale F-16, but has a number of differences. not least being the fact that it has an engine air intake under each wing root, instead of a single underbelly intake, as well as a leading edge extension more similar to that on the F/A-18 Hornet. The South Korean government gave its approval on the 3rd of July 1997, and full-scale development work got underway in October. In February 2000, the KTX-2 was designated the T-50 Golden Eagle, and the first of two T-50 flight test prototypes flew on the 20th of August 2002. The maiden flight of the first of two T-50 lead-in fighter trainer, lift, prototypes designated a 50 by the RACAF and capable of combat followed on the 29th of August 2003. Lockheed Martin and Kaiko marketed the T-50 internationally. The ROKAF plans to acquire T-50 advanced trainers, T-50B aerobatic demonstrators, TAR-50 lift forward/light attack aircraft, and FA-50 multi-role fighters. Its first production contract, for 25 T-50s, was placed in December 2003 and the first pair of T-50 aircraft was delivered the 29th of December 2005, with the type entering operational service in April 2007. In December 2006, the RACAF placed a second production contract for T-50, T-50B, and TAR-50 variants. The development of the FA-50 to replace the remaining old fighters is ongoing as of 2010. Specifications, edit. YF-16 F-16 A/B F-16C/D Block 30 F-16E/F Block 60 F-16 Block 70. Crew 1, A/C/E model, /2, B/D/F model, 1. Length 48 feet 5 in, 14.8 m, 49 feet 6 in, 15.1 m, 49 feet 5 in, 15.1 m, 49 feet 4 in, 15.0 m, 49.3 feet, 15.027 m. Wingspan 31 feet 0 in, 9.45 m, 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 31.0 feet, 9.449 m. Height 16 feet 3 in, 4.95 m, 16 feet 8 in, 5.08 m, 16 feet 8 in, 5.08 m, 16 feet 8 in, 5.08 m, 16.7 feet, 5.090 m. Empty weight 13,600 pound, 6,170 kilograms, 16,300 pound, 7,390 kilograms, 18,900 pound, 8,570 kilograms, 22,000 pound, 9,980 kilograms, 20,300 pound, 9,210 kilograms. Maximum takeoff weight